It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
Time for our tale of the tape. Anthony Million Dolla Crolla, the former lightweight champion of the world, fighting out of Manchester, England. Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the...
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing from Manchester, England, a lightweight champion of the world, Anthony Million Dolla Crolla. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed three-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Perfect punch. Nice punch. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something special.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And looking at corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Defense is not an option for these two. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
Outside fighters create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Beautiful counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crolla in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complained.
They ring the bell, and here we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Do you believe what we're seeing? They're giving us a high-tempo show. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Good counter punch. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments. Perfect punch.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. This is a high-octane battle. The scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Good counter punch. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. And there's the bell to start the round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He's got to figure out a way to neutralize that length.
This is poetry in motion. If you've got a great jab, if you've got a long reach, I know, that was me. I'm admiring what I'm seeing here.
Jab slightly off target. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Caution being thrown to the wind. Nice counter shot. You'd like to, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
How about the defense failed them?
Oh, what a shot. He's staggered. He's staggered.
And they're down, trying to make it up before 10 as the referee continues the count.
What a shot. Was that a flash knockdown? He should get up from that. He's fresh enough. He can get up from that. Does he want to?
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit. He's back up, but the corner has to take some responsibility here and maybe stop this fight.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect. Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to power you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and put him down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. talk about Crolla in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not... We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. That uppercut just missed. No rest for the weary. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This is what you're going to get. You're going to get speed, good footwork. You're going to get punches thrown from head to body. You're going to get a lot of toe-to-toe. When you've got fighters at these weight divisions, they'll stand there. They don't need a ring. They need a phone box.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Can't score with that jab. That punch lands. What a massive upset this would be.
Oh, I heard that, never by saw it. His legs have gone. He's got to get her hands up. It's a fight.
Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. So there's the bell to start the round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
This is why I love the little guys. This is exactly why I love them. Look at them, toe-to-toe, heart for heart. You know, mano a mano, they're letting the shots go.
Very competitive round here so far. That punch lands.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That jab misses. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious. There's the bell to start the round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Oh, what a punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Oh my goodness, what pace, what pace. They're like, do you know what a Yorkshire Terrier is, Todd? They're like little Yorkshire Terriers.
There's a counter shot. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. From this moment, we're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Missing with the hook. When are we going to see a jab from these two? There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
And we remember, with the lighter weights, you're expecting at least 300 shots around. They can let these shots go. They can move. They're fast. They're sharp. It's a hard night's work for the referee.
Both of these fighters have had their moments. Both men step back for just a moment.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. That hook won't score. Good one. Swing and a miss with that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
Oh my goodness, so that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
Hook misses. That hook was off target. Good counter punch. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen it so many times. One punch changes everything. I've seen guys winning hands down. They decide to showboat and show off them. Blam! It's over. So they've got to stay sharp. One punch changes everything.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Jab does not score. Good counter punching. Trying to land that jab. When are we going to see a jab? I know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Crolla in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it. Can't score with that jab.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges.
They ring the bell, and here we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Miss with that jab. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
We've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama, because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. It's all offense all the time. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crolla in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage. And there's the bell to start the round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. A chance to make history.
Beautiful, sneaky shot to take.
The referee says he can continue.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable, or you can put a mousetrap.
Beautiful counter shot. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. The corner's got the towel. Are they going to throw it in?
Bambi legs are kicking in. Look at those legs. The legs have gone.
Another win. Another unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills. That's class. That's levels. One is up there, one is down there. But you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.